It is time for the long awaited Dark Souls Blunt Rotation sequel, BloodBorne version. Okay, starting off strong, the Hunter's Dream would be a fire ass blunt rotation area. The final boss fight with all the daylilies field, the flowers, amazing, top tier. I would have a great time. The only thing is, I feel like I would start getting freaked out by the doll, to be completely honest with you. Like, I would remember that, like, she's a doll and she's kind of fake and she's not real, and, like, her purpose is, like, kind of creepy. How she was, like, modeled, like, exactly like Maria. Like, I feel like that would maybe creep me out, but otherwise, I would have a great time. As long as the moon presence isn't there, I could smoke a blunt. If I saw the moon presence while high out of my mind, I would start tweaking the fuck out. I would go crazy. Okay, Yosefka's clinic. I feel like I would start going crazy in there. I mean, it's creepy. Like, it's genuinely like a creepy place. Like, dead ass. Like, I don't think I would have a good time there. It's yeah, that's a nightmare spot, honestly. That's a nightmare spot. Okay. Central Yarnum, I feel like it would be decent, honestly. I feel like it would be a decent spot. It wouldn't be top tier, but it wouldn't be terrible. There are some spots there that would be like cool. Like I feel like we can like chill on like the cobblestone streets. We can like look out. You know how like from where like you walk in, behind you, like you can like see you have a nice view of everything. Plus, like I feel I feel like I would have a decent time. No, not gonna lie. I feel like I would have a good time. And okay, Cathedral Ward. It's it's decent. Yeah, it's decent. Okay. I I mean like it wouldn't be terrible. I don't think it would be that interesting though. It's not nightmare, but it's not a choice that I would make. Okay, I'm moving Central Yarnum up because Gilbert, yeah, he's coughing, yeah, he's on his deathbed, yeah, he probably doesn't want to smoke. But if Gilbert joined the blunt rotation, top tier, fire. So he's up there. Upper Cathedral Ward, it's not Nightmare. I feel like it's the same as Cathedral Ward. It's kind of boring. It's it's an area. Um, Old Yarnum is actually pretty. Yeah, it's actually pretty in my opinion. There is an area that does look like the final boss area, where it has like a lot of flowers. There's also like that like lake and stuff, like the river that's running through. I feel like it's pretty. I'm stuck between like dream blunt rotation area and like good blunt rotation. I think we're going to say good. It's not top tier. Like it's not comparable to Hunter's Dream and Central Yarnum. Bergenworth, I feel like I would have a good time in Bergenworth, especially in Rom's area. As, as as long as she's not there, it would be pretty cool. Like it's just like a big open like lake and it's all white. I feel like I feel like that would be a pretty good spot. Also, like inside of Bergenworth, it's nice, it's pretty. It's a spiral tower. There's lots of books. You can look out at the lake. I it's a good area. Forbidden Woods. Forbidden Woods is creepy. Okay, there's a lot of gravestones everywhere. There's traps when you first walk in. Like I wouldn't have a good time there. Plus, it's really big. I would get lost. It's full of like cliffs where I would like fall into. Like I Hemlock Channel, it's kind of boring. It's kind of boring. Like it's an area same as these. Like I wouldn't have a like terrible time, but I would be like, "Hey guys, let's go to a new spot." Like yeah, it's there, but it's like it is on the lower side. Like I wouldn't enjoy it. I would want to leave, but it wouldn't be a nightmare spot. Castle, I it's really cold, but inside the castle, I feel like I would have a good time. I mean, it's big, it's cool. As long as I have a friend, I can like explore that whole area. I feel like as long as I have somebody with me, it's A tier. If I'm alone, B tier. As long as I have like a friend or two, so that I don't start feeling like lonely, then it would be good. Yargul, it's all right. It's not bad. It's kind of creepy. Same with Forbidden Woods. There's a lot of gravestones everywhere. There's a lot of cliffs. I could fall off. I mean, I don't think it's in the nightmare blunt rotation area. So I'm gonna put it at C. Okay, Frontier. There's a lot of gravestones there. There's a lot of gravestones everywhere on Bloodborne. Let's be honest. There's a lot of gravestones literally everywhere because people die all the time. The lore, it's people are dying. No, there's a lot more than that. But anyways, um, Nightmare Frontier, it's kind of bland, honestly. It's just it's really just a bunch of rocks. Like that's all it is. It's just a bunch of rocks. It wouldn't be Nightmare, but it definitely would not be my top choice, and I would not enjoy being there. Lecture building, I'm thinking B or A to be honest. I'm gonna go with A. I mean, it's cool in there. It's really pretty. I think I would have a good time like walking around and hanging out. Actually, maybe it's S tier. But is it S tier when I'm comparing it to the Hunter's Dream in Bergenworth? Like the only thing is like I feel like I would have a really good time there, but compared to these two, like these two are just so much better than the lecture building. Like it's hard to be on the level of Hunter's Dream. But it's better than Canehurst. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. Nightmare of Vincent's Mensis? I mean Nightmare. I mean it's a nightmare. If Mikolash is there, S tier because I would choke him in the hot way. But I mean it says nightmare in the name. But I don't know if it would. No, it's creepy. It's a creepy area. Outside of there, it is just a bunch of rocks. It's really big. It's creepy. It's falling apart. If I saw Margot, is it Margot's? If I saw the wet nurse while high, I would drop down to my knees and start crying immediately. Like that would be terrible. Like that would, yeah, nightmare. Chalice dungeons? Probably a nightmare. Some of them are like mazes, and yeah, like once like you're in it, you know which direction to go into, except when you're high, you're stupid. And I feel like I would get lost and start freaking out. I can't believe there's nothing at B tier yet. Actually, I feel like moving Old Yarnum to B tier. I feel like it's just an average spot. Hunter's Nightmare? It's also called Nightmare for a reason. I mean, the water there is like red. There's just a bunch of rocks. It's kind of boring. It's just a bunch of rocks. Yeah. I feel like it's bland. I feel like it's bland, not a nightmare place. It's just I wouldn't enjoy being there. Same as always. Research Hall is huge, and it's like a maze. So I feel like similar to Chalice Dungeon, where I would get lost and I would start freaking out, and anxiety would be at its peak, except Research Hall is like cool. You know what I mean? Like it's nice in there. Chalice Dungeons, it's not nice in there. Honestly, I'm gonna put it at B tier. I feel like just exploring there would be a really good time. Just walking around and exploring. I would same with like the other ones where I've said like I need to have a buddy with me though. Like if it's a big area, I want a friend with me. I need somebody with me for some of these. If I'm alone in research hall, D tier. Honestly, Fishing Hamlet would be top tier. And just because of the orphan boss area. Like it's pretty. You can sit down on the beach, smoke a blunt, look out into the ocean. It looks like the sun is like setting there. You can watch the sunset. I feel like it would be a good time, honestly. Like it like the orphan boss area, I feel like it's pretty. I'm a big fan of climbing around on like rocks. I know that I said that these are bland because of rocks, but like I feel like with the vibe of the fishing hamlet, I would climb around on those rocks and have like a really good time. I would maybe fall because I'm high and coordination would be off. But sitting on the beach, like I feel like that's like a I feel like I could have a picnic there. Like as long as the weather is nice though. The fishing hamlet kind of seems like it would be really cold and windy, but if the weather is nice, I think it would be a dream spot. As long as the weather is nice and the orphan isn't there, and neither are the fish people. I feel like I would have a really good time, but like specifically only in the orphan boss area. If I was including the entire fishing hamlet, it would be B tier. I would be averaging out the rest of the areas and the orphan boss area. I would average those out to be B tier. But it, like with me talking specifically about the orphan area, that makes it a dream area. That makes it a dream area, to be honest. This is very real and true. Imagine including Gilbert in the blunt rotation. I I feel like Alfred would go a little crazy. I mean, he is crazy. He gives off choir boy vibes. So like I feel like when you first meet him, he gives off the vibes where he would snitch on you for smoking weed. Except once you learn that he's like deranged, he would join the blunt rotation, but he would bring like ecstasy or like heroin or something to like just like needle drugs that you just shoot up to your arm. I feel like, yeah, at first he seems like he would snitch. Once you see how crazy he is, he would bring the hard drugs. Honestly, that's what I think. I feel like Eileen is more of an alcoholic. Yeah, I feel like Eileen gives off alcoholic vibes, not stoner vibes, to be honest. If I really had to like think about what category she fits in, she would be an alcoholic. She would, but not taking shots alcoholic, like drinking way too many cans of beer alcoholic. I'm trying to think of other NPCs that I can say like stuff about, but those three are the only ones I can think of right now. I mean, let's be honest, there's not many NPCs in Bloodborne because everybody's dying, and most of them are rude to you because you're a outsider, you're a foreigner, you're not from there. Yeah, and in Yosefka's clinic, yeah, she's an NPC you know stuff about. I feel like if it's the real one, she'd be like, no, don't do drugs, that's bad for your brain, you shouldn't be doing that. I feel like she'd be really nice and advise you against it, but she wouldn't be rude. She would silently judge you. But the fake one, she's crazy. She's deranged. She is out of her mind. But I think she's just like that. Like, I feel like that's who she is when not on drugs. I I don't think she would do drugs, but if she liked you, she would sit in on the blunt rotation and she would like pass the blunt, but she wouldn't smoke. Maybe she would take like one hit, but she wouldn't get high. I don't know how to explain it. But I think that about the real and fake one. But yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, Eileen would be an alcoholic. Eileen, alcoholic. Oh, Gascoigne? Crack cocaine. Gascoigne would shoot up crack cocaine every single day. And he would be an alcoholic, but not beat up his wife and kids alcoholic. Because I mean, he's a family guy. He's a family guy. I mean, yeah, he went crazy and he killed his wife, but I feel like before that, he was a family guy. I mean, he gave his wife a really nice pendant, which, like, that said, like, her name and stuff. His children and wife were really worried about him. So, yeah, he did kill his wife. Except he was already crazy by then. He was already like crazy by then. Yeah, I think those are all the thoughts I have on Bloodborne. Anyways, yeah, this is the official and real list. I would have a good time. I feel like Bloodborne, it has more bad times than like all the other Souls locations. I feel like though when I do Sekiro, there's going to be so many dream spots because the environment there is so pretty. Right off the top of my head, I can't think of any nightmare spots. Actually, no, I can think of nightmare spots. Where you first encountered the big snake, I feel like it would be really cold and really windy. Anyways, but that's for another video. Anyways, yeah, that's it. This is official and real, and I don't have anything else to say. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Probably going to be doing the dungeon. That's probably what the next one is going to be. Or maybe Ultra Kill. Yeah, I don't know. I don't plan out my YouTube stuff. I just kind of do whatever I feel like doing. Anyways, yeah, that's it. Real and official. This is the Bloodborne rating.